is the equivalent of what men feel when after we're divorced, the ex-wives drop a lot of weight and look super sexy. We're sitting here thinking, where was that effort when we were married? Why are you doing it only after we're divorced? Now, I don't have that answer, but to the ladies watching, why is that?
So why is it that when couple get divorced, the woman tends to look very attractive after the divorce, like months, years later? She looks very beautiful, you know, she's slimmer, you know, she's well taken care of, she looks like, you know, she looks super beautiful. And that is what this creator was asking women. He said, what is it, why is it that when we got divorced, or when couple get divorced, or when a man divorces a wife, or a wife divorces a man, the woman tends to look way more beautiful than she was while she was married to the man? And I'm going to play this stitch for you all, then come back and talk about it.
I have the answer, and all of the women watching will be nodding along with me. There are 3 types of men as husbands and or fathers. There are men that default most, if not all, of the mental and physical responsibility for parenting and domestic household to women. And it's not specific to women that are stay-at-home moms, but of course, that's the most common excuse that men give for doing that. Secondly, there are men that help their wives with the mental and physical responsibility of parenting and domestic household, specific to her returning that favor with something that is for his own personal needs. They will do the dishes, they will put their kids to bed at night after giving them a bath, but their feeling of responsibility and their willingness to do so is connected to whether or not they're getting what they want from her, usually physically. If they're not, they will be much less willing and much more likely to complain about having responsibility for those things. And thirdly, there are men that carry their share of responsibility, both physically and mentally, for parenting and domestic household because they want to, and it's rewarding for them. Whatever they are experiencing in their interpersonal, romantic, physical relationship with their wife is separate from the way they feel about responsibility for parenting and domestic household. Women that glow up after divorce are married to one of the first 2 types of men, and women that glow up in the marriage are married to the 3rd type of man. I'm married to the 3rd type.
So now, yes, I agree with this woman, and because of this stitch, a lot of people stitched this woman's video. You know, I have a lot to say about this topic. Share it with you all after I play stitches for you all to watch.
Men feel when after we're divorced, the ex-wives drop a lot of weight and look super sexy.
I totally agree with the previous stitch. I just wanted to add one more thing. Women gain weight as a protection. When she's constantly under stress, when she's not satisfied, she doesn't feel safe. And when women don't feel safe, they gain weight. That's the reaction of the body. It's like building a very thick wall to protect. So that's why when a woman is not guarding herself anymore, she doesn't need to be protected from the husband, she drops weight. As simple as that.
We're divorced, the ex-wives drop a lot of weight and look super sexy. We're sitting here thinking, where was that effort when
How many times did you tell her that she was beautiful throughout our relationship? How many times did you go out your way to show her that she's worth something and that she deserves to be taken out? Did you take her out? Did you give her a reason to lose weight and get dressed up? No, I don't think you did, mate. I think you sat there watching the TV, playing your stupid bloody boy games on your video games. You didn't give her the chance or even the incentive to get dressed up or go out anywhere. Like, you see this time and time again. Oh, yeah, well, she lost loads of weight other than that. And then you suddenly want her back. Maybe, just maybe, if while you were in the relationship with her, you made her feel good about herself, she might want to make you feel good about yourself. Because at the end of the day, let's face it, there are 2 elements to getting time. One, a woman needs all day, like, niceness, you look beautiful, darling, and la 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 la. Men see it, done, want it there and then. That's it. And if you ain't going to put the time and effort in, she ain't going to turn around. She ain't going to turn around to you at the end of the night when you've hardly spoke to her all day and go, oh yeah, let's get on the deed, mate. It doesn't work like that. You see, honestly, you see this time and time again about men complaining about how they're still in their pajamas when I get home. Well, give her a reason to get out of her pajamas then. Give her a reason to want to go and do her hair, rather than clearing out your dirty boxes off the floor or your skid marks out the toilet. Like, give her a reason, and then you might actually see the nice side to her, and you might actually want to do things with her rather than leaving her and then complaining when she starts being herself again, because all she's really done your whole marriage is be there for you and do everything that you wanted to do, not what things that she wanted to do. And now your ass is gone, she can get up and she can go and do the things that she wanted to do. She's not going to sit there watching watch TV all night. Like, maybe put some effort in and you might get something back.
Physical relationship with their wife is separate.
That's an excellent video, and something that stood out both to me and to my wife is that the division of household labor is a totally different topic than physical intimacy with your partner. My wife and I talk about physical intimacy quite a lot, and never is it in the same conversation as who's going to do what around the house or as a parent. But a lot of people view those two things as being interconnected. Now, I've definitely heard women who are married to men say things like, maybe I would be more interested in being intimate with you if you helped out more around the house. And as men, I think sometimes we hear that and think, well, if not contributing domestically is a huge turnoff, that must mean that contributing domestically is a huge turn on. And if I contribute more domestically, then I'll get in return something that I want. But even though that's what we hear, that's not what they're saying at all. What they're saying is they might be more interested in touching you if you contribute more, like you should already be doing. A good analogy for this would be like if you stopped showering and then after a month you're like, hey, hon, you want to do some stuff? And she's like, no, I'm not interested. But like if you showered, I would be more likely to want to touch you. So in your mind, you think not showering is a huge turnoff. So showering must be a huge turn on. You go and shower and you go back to your partner and you're like, all right, I showered for you just like you said you wanted. So now you should give me what I want. And she's there thinking, I'm happy that you showered. It concerns me that you showered for me and that it's not just something that you do. The fact that you think that showering is some kind of bargaining chip for intimacy is super concerning. And while I do find you less unpleasant when you shower, it doesn't exactly ignite my loins with passion because you're doing this task that you really should just do. Domestic labor is also one of those things that you really should just do. And a lot of women are physically and mentally and emotionally exhausted, so they don't really have much left to put into intimacy. But when both partners are fully invested domestically, it just frees up so much mental and physical energy to be able to have real conversations about intimacy and to explore intimacy with one another and really be able to connect. I cannot think of anything that would destroy my wife's and my physical intimacy more than her having to buy my participation with her body.
Divorce, the ex-wives drop a lot of weight and look super sexy. We're sitting here thinking, where was that effort when
Go back and listen to everything that she said because it's 100% correct. I had one of those ex-husbands. He literally told me that when he came home from work, he should be able to just kick off his boots and not have to do anything. So between the abuse and the postpartum depression, I did not want to be touched. So subconsciously, I'm sure I gained a lot of weight because that helped that. Plus, in a world where nothing else is certain, what is always there for you in this capitalistic hellscape? High calorie, good taste in food, right? This was also the man that would be like, well, why don't you start going to the gym? And I'd be like, okay, are you going to watch the baby? No. Are we going to budget in for daycare? No. Are you going to sign up the baby for daycare on base? No. So let me just go ahead and run on a treadmill with a 9-month-old. And let's not discount the 180 pounds of dead weight those divorce papers took off.
After we're divorced, the ex-wives drop a lot of weight and look super sexy. We're sitting here thinking, where was...
I didn't set out to be a TikTok advocate for healthy marriage this morning, but here we are. When I was trying to become pregnant, I had to lose a lot of weight because I have a disorder called PCOS that impacts fertility. And so I had to lose a lot of weight to be able to regulate my periods and become pregnant. And my husband was incredibly supportive of this. He cooked a lot of meals that were good for my hormone health, very much like the Meals She Eats couple, who are incredible, by the way. But that's what my husband did. He made meals that made sense for regulating my hormones and helping me get rid of inflammation in my body. I lost about 80 pounds. And then when I got pregnant, I promptly gained it all back. And I'm still fighting to keep it off. This is just kind of what I have going on right now. And my husband lets me know every single day that he loves my body in every stage. And so men like this just baffle me because it's so ludicrous. It's based in such a fleeting part of your life is how attractive you are to a man, right? Because there's so much more about women that we can offer: our intellect, our humor, our care, there are so many aspects of being a woman other than just being sexy, which fortunately, my husband does still find me sexy even with some extra weight. But it's like, bro, you are missing the mark in so many aspects. Of course she lost weight after she got rid of you, dude. Like, she has time to herself. No one is leering over her shoulder wondering if she's going to lose weight or not so that she can be physically attractive to him. Like, of course she did.
There are 3 types of men as husbands and or fathers.
Okay, so I'm going to regret making this, but we're having a conversation in the comments, and first of all, I like her account. I love everything that kind of she's putting on her account and her perspectives, and that's really, really great. But there's something that I do not understand, and this is me calling ignorance. Okay, I'm claiming ignorance on this one because this is what I know. Okay, this is the extent of my knowledge, and that is that men and women are different fundamentally. If it's a social construct, fine, I don't care, but we're different. I have a uterus, my husband has a penis, and if society designed these roles, which is fine, that means that they do exist. Okay, society designed them, but they do exist. So if we're getting upset with our men, if we're going along with a role that society created, can we help them a little? Can we help them change? And if you are getting married before you talked about these roles, then that's your first problem. And if you are married and you're realizing that you don't like the way these roles are designed, then you need to talk about that. That's what communication is for. That's what therapy is for. Go in and redesign your roles and come to an agreement instead of getting pissed and mad that they're doing something that you essentially are making them do because society designed it that way. So that's totally fine. Just fucking communicate. I don't know. All I'm saying is I just want to give them some grace. I just want to give them a little bit of room to improve and understand that maybe this isn't completely their fault. They're just going along with what society is telling them is important. But science also says our brains are different. Testosterone, estrogen, X, Y chromosomes. Right? I'm gonna get so much fucking hate for this, and I'm gonna take it down.
What men feel when after we're divorced, the ex-wives drop a lot of weight and look super sexy.
Literally, that happens for 2 reasons. The first one is that we do go through this period when it ends where we're just too sad to eat. So we lose weight because we're depressed. But after that, that is when the true glow up happens. And all that happens is that we realize that we're no longer trying to please or otherwise care for someone's dusty son, someone's emotionally unavailable giant man-child. We are no longer responsible for all that noise. And so we look happier and we're glowing because we have finally found peace in our own solitude. And it is freaking beautiful. That's it. That's the TikTok.
Watching, why is that?
I have the answer, and all of the women watching.
Hi, part-time hot mom / wife here. I have 2 girls under the age of 5. The amount of men that approach my husband and tell him to his face, wow, you've got such a good one. Oh, she's so beautiful, blah, blah, blah. Guys, it's because he's a 50-50 parent. He is 100% invested in our family unit. He takes on a lot of the mental energy, time with the kids, that allows me the mental space and time to spend on myself. And like I said, I'm a part-time hot girl. Like, obviously, I love being comfy. This is me on the daily. And he has never made me feel less than during my comfy girl time. So men, take a look in the mirror. Time to step up.
After we're divorced, the ex-wives drop a lot of weight and look super sexy.
While I agree that there may be these 3 categories of men, I think there's more to it. I think doing this long enough, you see that men will thrive more in a marriage, whereas women tend to thrive more after a divorce. And it's a lot different now because men and women are emotionally changing. And it's not like it was when only women were stay-at-home moms and divorce really hit them financially. But now women are more in the workforce and they see divorce as a mental shift. They will change their lifestyle. Maybe they never went out and hung out with people. So now they are. They're going to concerts. They're going to parties. They're going out to dinner. They're spending more time with friends and family. They have to figure out how to co-parent when they were maybe the sole provider at home for the kids. I mean, there's so many different things that they change in their lifestyle that their whole mindset changes. Their whole outlook on life changes. And not only is their outside appearance going to change, but their mind is going to change as to how they feel about themselves.
There are 3 types of men as husbands and or fathers.
I totally agree with what this woman is saying. I've experienced the number 1 guy, where every single bit of the household responsibilities and the child, taking care of children was all on me. Except he valued video games and talking to other women online more than going to work too. So there's that. After I left that marriage, I'm not even joking, weight just fell off of me with no lifestyle change. I didn't change what I was eating. I didn't change my activity level. But what I can only guess is I got rid of so much stress that finally my body was able to do what it needs to do and stop being in survival mode. In stark contrast, my current husband and I are making changes to our lifestyle to have a healthier lifestyle together. And it is so awesome because it helps having someone to go through the whole thing with you, instead of having to eat like super healthy while everybody else eats like all the yummy foods. And it's pretty nice. And so ladies, make sure that the one you marry is a number 3 guy that will go along beside you and help you with things and help you have a healthy lifestyle by doing it with you.
Hope you all are doing fine today. My name is Maria David. So let us talk about this particular matter. First off, as a man, ask yourself, what is it that I'm doing to my woman when I was married to her? Are you giving her that freedom to look beautiful? Are you making her to look, having her to have that freedom, or that? Are you giving her too much work? Because when a woman is exhausted, when she's depressed, when she's doing a lot of domestic work, she tends to gain weight. She tends to look very pale, very tired, very ugly. And because she's at home, you're seeing that every day. See finish, that's what they call it. You already seen her finish. You see her that maybe she's at home, she's not like putting on anything. She's just with her pajamas. She's a stay-at-home mom. She doesn't, when she wants to go out, the kids are already exhausting her already. Are you letting her to have that at time? They call that time mean time. If you're giving your woman that mean time, she will have that kind of beauty that you think you will see when she's not married to you. Because if you let her have her mean time, go do her nails, go to the salon, hang out with her girls, wear beautiful clothes, bring beautiful clothes that will bring her a shape, you know, so that if I thought you guys divorced and you know that your wife is beautiful like that, she even looks slim. In short, encourage her to also, you know, eat healthy. And if a woman is sad, most of the time when a woman is sad, depressed, she tends not to eat. So they tend to, you know, get slim and ugly. But when they just want to watch their weight, like going to the gym, you know, watching their diet and all of that, when they are slim, the slim is the glow that comes out of it. It's different from when you are slimming and suffering. And some people, when they are depressed, what they do is they eat a lot, so they eat like junks. They just eat like junks. They don't even watch their weight. They don't watch what they eat, so they get very fat in the house. And because they're not going out, they're just stuck in the house. You make your woman to just stay at home doing nothing, and you don't expect her to get fat. So I feel like that's just my own take, because if the things that if you don't want to see your woman like that outside, your ex-woman like that outside, I feel like what you do for her inside when you guys are still married will determine, are you giving her that freedom? Are you giving her that, you know, to be able to live her life? She married to you does not mean that her life is totally done for. She still has her life to live. She has her mean time. She has time for herself. Let her have time for herself. Let her go out alone. You know, all those things, they also help the marriage. And as well, it helps a woman to, it helps you to even appreciate how beautiful she is when she's out there. It's not that anytime she wants to go out, she must be with you. Sometimes let her go out and just, you know, be alone and all of that. Let me know what you all think down in the comment section. I love to hear your opinion down in the comment section. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if you find it helpful. Of course, I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Bye.